think we should wait another 2 minutes to let all the people come in, and then we'll go straight ahead and start our meeting today. Is that okay with you guys? I see Martin says yes. Tom is okay with that. Sounds good. Haven't seen you in a while, Martin. Good to see you, by the way. See many friends are here. He, Dirk, Kristen, Vangeli, Prashant, Nejla, Jan, Frauke is here. You're popping off on my screen, Evelyn, I see. Oh my. See, Karin is here as well. Hi, Karin. Good to see you. Lucy's here. Lucy Shen. Nice background. All right. We'll wait 1 more minute, and then we'll start. I don't even see myself now. Yes, I do. No. Yes. Okay, I have a question for you before we start. Is the sound better than previous calls? Yes? All right. Yeah, we got some feedback for that as well. The sound gets to be better, and the lighting, they say, has to be better. Is that also better? Yes? Awesome. Let me just close background noises. I see Doreen is here, one of the people who helps us testing as well, the new platform, and gives her good feedback as well. I think we can proceed with moving forward. All right, shall we? So today I would like to do again the presentation. Now, for some of you, maybe a big majority of you, it is all known already. Yes, Mandy, we know it already. What's new? What's next? When is public launch? All that kind of questions. I have a different perspective on that. My perspective is very different in the sense of the more you see it, the more you hear about it, the more understanding there is. And while you process part by part, we have our presentation in 5 parts. You will see that you always learn another tweak, another idea. To me, the strongest part is part 5. When you understand the entire concept, when we go through our presentation, you'll understand what the vision of the company is and why you have to look at a bigger picture and not just be always in a singular or a individual perspective. Let's put it this way. I had this discussion earlier with somebody on a WhatsApp. Is when I told them, look, we as a company, we have a lot of consideration to take in the picture. And sometimes people don't see what we see. However, we have to look at the bigger picture in order to get the optimal result. This is one thing that I want to discuss today is the presentation. It's not just a presentation, but it's actually take you along the journey of Vitae through a presentation. I hope that the sound of the video today works fine. If not, I'll skip it when I see the first WhatsApp coming in that it's not working. So I'll save you over a minute. However, I do urge you at that same in that sense, to go to our website vitaeworld.info and do watch it, because it actually brings you along a small perspective of what we want to do, where we want to get, and what we want to achieve, right? Then I would like to celebrate. Today we started with an incentive. Today is the 19th. Although last week I said it's going to be only 7 days between the 20th and the 26th, but I saw in the email that was sent to the company, to the members, that it is from 19 to 26, so we decided to honor that and add 1 additional day to this incentive. And the good news is that I see that some people already have achieved their incentive just by today. So I went to check it earlier before the call, and it makes me really proud that 1 day for the person recruits. Yeah, it really gives me a good feeling, and means that the incentive is in the right place in the right time. Of course, it's a big celebration. We'll talk about it later, and then we'll discuss some other stuff as well. All right. So let us just go into the journey of our story presentation, and I'll share my screen with you. This time without annotations to it. So here we go. Let me just close that for a second. All right. So I wouldn't say ladies and gentlemen, I would just call you friends, family members, Vitae family members. My question to you today is, are you ready for the future? Are you really ready? Are you at a stage in your life where you say enough is enough? Enough of, I'm tired, I'm sick and tired of what's happening in my life. I want a brighter future. Well, if this is the question that bothers you, today is your day. Today we are here to show you what your future can look like if you decide to take a decision today and making it happen all the way. This is just the first slide. We'll take you along this journey to the last slide. See how your future can become better. All right? So the first part, as I explained, we're going to do 5 parts. The first part we're going to do today is the idea, which means very simple. There are problems in the world, in every aspect of life, and then people come up with an idea. And what is the idea? It's coming to bring name the problems, see through the challenges, and then decide, you know what, I gotta come up with an idea to change that, to provide a solution for that. So let us summarize what is happening in the world, what is the problem, yeah? And especially in the social media platforms, yeah? The current social media platforms, I don't need to mention names because everybody sits on a different one or multiple ones. But I guess by now some people already start figuring that out. Others pay attention, others don't even notice they have this problem with the current social media platforms. However, when they start seeing the lists that we provide here in this very slide, suddenly they start recognizing, oh my God, this is reality. This is not a conspiracy, but this is really happening. And people are indeed not happy with the current social media platforms. And why is that? For various reasons. One of the reasons is because their data is being sold, which means they don't possess their privacy anymore. When you think that you just post something on one of your favorite social media platforms, yeah, and the company doesn't collect who is this person, where is he coming from, where is she coming from, where does she belong, what does she like, what does he like, etc., and then try to customize it to their advertisers, which we see in point 4, manipulation of thoughts through targeted ads. Make no mistake about it, this is how it works. Okay? These companies, they take your data and they sell it to third parties, not just by targeted ads. It goes even further for people who have certain surveys, or they sell this data for other companies who want to use their data for their agenda, to change their narrative to your thoughts in order to get attention to their product, to their idea, to their agenda, whatever that might be. That's number 1. Number 2 is a lot of people you are already familiar through WhatsApp, through Signals, through Telegram. What is happening in the world? Many maybe do not yet know. Maybe they saw it on the news or not. but there is a lot of censoring and silencing of people on social media platforms. It's not just mainstream media, but especially in social media platforms, where people have lost the freedom and the right for free speech, which is a big issue and a big problem. Yeah. Then we have another problem with social media. There's a lot of fake news coming in. Yeah, I mean, those who follow a bit American politics, they see the stories that come in, conspiracy theories that come in, and this will happen and that will happen. It's all fake news and misinformation. I didn't say all of them, but a lot of them is fake news. And there's a lot of misinformation in the market of what's happening. And actually, people want to get right and clear information. We used to trust that the mainstream media will give it to us. Somehow they lost track as well, and they misinform us and even show us fake news. Yeah. And then you have another problem with social media. It's slander and abuse, where people really slander you with their ideas, and they abuse the system. They abuse the entire data that they have, the profiles that they have, all through this data that is being sold. That you really I call it sometimes even intrusion. Like okay, leave me alone, right? This is part of the problems that we have with social media. Now, if we go and we check the statistics of what's happening, and you can all find that online, these numbers are not made up. These numbers are there to see. That even 91% of the people surveyed, and if you're in the 9%, maybe start thinking about it, that the advertisements today are much more intrusive than before. I always try to give the example of YouTube. It's a very common platform where people watch a small advertisement before they watch the clip that they wish. However, looking back in time, and I take it only just 3 years from today, 3 years ago, um, you watch that little clip, you skip the ad after 5 seconds, and your clip. Today it gets sick. It's like, first of all, 2 advertisements where the first you cannot skip, the second you just wait and focus on that skip ad button. And during the clip, if it's, more than a few minutes, you start having pauses in between the clip that you're watching to get these advertisements. Now, maybe YouTube is not particularly a social media platform, but when you look at Facebook or at other platforms, you start getting so many advertisements between your posts that your timeline is more about advertisements than your friends' posts. Yeah? 91% of people think like that. What we also see is that 87% of people think that in general we have too many advertisements as well. While 79% of people think that they are being traced on these platforms. Now, due to those statistics that we just saw, we know that over 500 million people have installed ad blockers programs on their computer to avoid seeing those advertisements. And in the year 2015, companies have lost $22 billion in revenue because of ad blockers installed by their devices. And the estimate of lost revenue in the year 2020 was $35 billion. By the way, we got to fix that on that slide as well, because we are in the year 2021. Okay. Next of the statistics to the problems that we have listed on our first slide today is that 75% of the people do not want actually these companies where they store their information to sell their private data. I always wonder why 75% and not the other 25%. Maybe 25% of people don't bother, or they just not, how would I say that? They don't even comprehend what that means. They're like, okay, yeah, just need to put it in order to access. It's like you're opening up a new page in the web, accept all cookies. You don't even think twice, you don't even look at that, because maybe the first time you checked and you started to customize it, but now it's like every website makes you accept their cookies, etc. So you're like accepting, you don't even know and understand what it is that it is. We try to make it the easy way. We just click terms and conditions, approved, privacy policy approved and accepted and checked and whatever. Yeah, while you check, I've read and approved it and whatever, but we never bother to really read terms and conditions. I've recently seen a friend of mine have sent me the terms and conditions of Instagram, not really the terms and conditions, but how is it? Somebody refers in the news about it. When you start reading that stuff, it really becomes scary because they can literally open your camera when they want to watch you, whenever you are, when you don't even notice, when you forgot about it. They can read messages off your phone just besides their app. And I would recommend you, was also recommended to me, I watched it as well. There's a movie, it's called Social Dilemma, in order to start to understand what these problems and statistics show us here today. I don't know if you have time, when you have time, but it's something that is very recommended to watch. Now, 54% of people, they feel either fed up, frustrated, and creeped out by companies that use their data. Why? To serve targeted and personalized ads. And more than that, 84% of people have concerns about businesses monitoring or collecting data from their device, while 85% of them worry about location tracking from phones and laptops. We have location on. I didn't say now you should turn your location off, but know that when it is on, it's not just you watching it. And for those who use Google Maps, for those of you who use Gmail accounts, you'll notice, I don't know if it's once a month or once in a couple of months, you'll get a Google timeline. All the places that you have visited in this time, how much kilometers you did by car, how much was by flight, the new cities that you visited, and the new places. How do they know that? By location. Every time you open up your phone with a new location, they see it, they have it. Yeah? Which is a big problem. And due to all these problems and statistics, and this is to me the most important one, why we got to this idea, is that 73% of people who have been surveyed said that they would pay more and much more to online services just to have the insurance that they don't sell their personal data. People are willing to pay for it. You would think that people don't want to go on a platform when it costs money when they can have it for free somewhere else. Those who are being victimized by those platforms, they have a different opinion. And when I say those, we're looking at the average of over 73%. It tells you that the majority of people, at least those who have been surveyed, really want to pay more in order to get their data secured and private. Why do we mention that? Of course, we want to go forward in this journey today and explain you how this is and how this works. But to conclude all the problems and statistics that we just read in the above, it led us to understand that all these social media platforms are not social anymore. They may have started this way, but they completely changed their dynamics along the way. Whether it's the narrative of numbers that they want to earn, whatever the reason is, and I'm not really trying to understand what the reason is. The idea is that we, the people, don't have a platform that is social anymore. What could be possibly be the solution? Well, you are at the right place, at the right time, and at the right moment. The solution is, yes, as you read, a new social media platform. But what kind of a social media platform? Number one, a timeline that is advertisement free. You're not being bothered by, as I said earlier, with more advertisements in your timeline than before. It is free of advertisements. Number two, is something we are particularly very proud of, especially these days, is that freedom of speech is respected, especially when we disagree with you. You have the right to say whatever your thoughts are. Again, there's always some limitations. I always refer to what you don't do offline, you don't have to do that online, which is hate, which is crime, and all kind of that stuff. It's not supposed to be on our platform as well. We don't welcome nor hate, nor crime, nor racism, nor incitement to violence. We don't welcome that. But there's so much more. It's political speech or any speech that people want to say and they're being silenced and censored by others. Well, this is not the place here. We want a new social media platform where freedom of speech is really respected. Then you have personal data. We don't sell that. We don't want to sell that because we're not going to have advertisers. We don't want to give it to others. We wanted to keep it for yourself. As a person, you own it, it's yours, and it should stay there. Then we have as well a unique feature, limiting the spread of fake news. We mentioned earlier the problem with fake news and misinformation. How is that unique? You'll see later how this is unique. And the good news is it is driven by the community, which means we don't control your messages to decide to spread it or not, limiting it. We have a unique feature that is driven by the community that will make it happen. Of course, not 100%. This is why you always need moderation in place. But for the big, large scale, it is going to limit the spread of fake news and misinformation. Then, of course, we have also a very attractive revenue sharing mechanism where people can actually earn based on their activities, based on your activities. Again, there's no free lunch. If people think that Vitae is a platform where you just sign up and become rich and we sell magic beans, I'm sorry to interrupt today your excitement, but this is not your place. I'm really sorry. This was not designed for it, and it will never be designed for it because it doesn't exist. It exists maybe in other platforms who offer scams, short term maybe, but in our platform, no. You want to earn, it's as much as in every other place. It's based on your activities. The cool thing is that we're the first platform as a social new platform where your content, where you actually as an active member with our community, you can actually earn, versus in other platforms, you're not really the one person who earns there. Okay? Who are we solving it for? So I started with, an idea starts with, okay, you recognize the problem, you understand the problem. Understanding the problem gives you already 50% of the solution. We came up to a conclusion and we have a solution. But the question is always, what are you solving it for? Who has this issue? Who wants something like that? Well, the answer is in front of your eyes. Every social media user who feels uncomfortable or feels threatened by big tech companies with all the problems that we listed above is a potential customer. However, every social media user who wants to make a living from social media is also a potential customer through our state-of-the-art earning model. While other platforms, maybe at some platforms you can earn something, however, you need a big amount of followers, and you got to be a celebrity at some point in order to make some kind of money, because the majority of the money goes to the company. Okay? Now I want you today to ask yourself 3 questions, and I want you to attach answers to those when I take you in this journey towards this presentation. Number 1, based on all the problems that we have listed that you can actually identify yourself with, the statistics that you have seen, the solution that we provide, how many people do you think will join such a new social media platform? I want you to attach a number, take it with you to somewhere. Question number 2 is, when you place that number already to yourself, how many people do you think will do so because you shared it with them? Very important. I'm going to come back to it at the end of this journey. And number 3 is, related to what you're going to see furthermore in the presentation, is, what if you could earn on their activities besides your own activities? Think about that. And now let's see how WhatsApp reacts to the following.
Did you know there are billions of people on social media? We at Vitae want to leverage that power. Instead of huge multinationals taking advantage of you, we want to bring it back to you. Once you're invited to our platform, making your way around is easy, and all the while, your privacy is guaranteed. As the Vitae timeline is advertisement-free, you can now focus on valuable content and engaging in exciting discussion. At Vitae, we focus on your reason to be online. Connect with fellow members, become an influencer yourself, and be paid for what you already do now. That's right, as a creator of good content, you're rewarded in real monetary value. But that's not all. By creating a strong network, you can also earn from other people's activity. Help us to grow our happy community and strive for financial freedom. Don't let your personal impact go to waste, and join the thousands of others creating the first full return social media platform ever. Of course, This creates a lot of opportunities for businesses as well. Are you looking to create corporate relevance through corporate social responsibility? We got you. Redistribute your Vitae earnings or join our charity funds in just a few simple steps. Vitae is designed from human to human, where people and companies create relationships that drive global prosperity. Are you ready to make a difference for yourself and for the world? Join us now.
I'm glad to see that the sound has worked this time. Yeah. Let us get to part 2. We talked about the solution is a new social media platform. Well, what is that? It's the product. Now, how does it work? First, we're going to summarize what is in our product, and then we'll take step by step, like start with your own registration, energy boost, etc., and explain it in detail. Number 1, yes, of course, when you start with a social media platform, you start with your own registration. Then you will get 1 energy boost that concludes 150 energy points upon registration. Vitae will always reward you a free unit, yeah, which will be planted in the garden. Then you'll be rewarded when your posts are being shared by others. You'll also be rewarded on the activities of those you personally referred to the platform. Another option that we have is upgrading your account, especially now when we talk in beta phase. It is necessary to upgrade your account, and it is 199.99 credits, which is equivalent to dollar value per month. Yes, per month. And we'll go later to that in detail. Unlocking a variety of additional features and benefits. And then as well, you can earn a commission whenever a referred member upgrades their account. So number 1 that we had on our list is easy registration. To those who are sitting with us in the testing phase of the new social media platform that will be released in the 1st of February, they already saw those live on their devices, whether it's a mobile version or desktop version. It's very simple. You have a welcoming slide to Vitae, where you can watch an intro or sign up for free, yeah, which is prepared already for after public launch to have a free sign up. Yeah. Then let's get to know you, your details, and then alright, you just need to verify your account through a verification email that you have received, and then you're good to go and to upload your profile and cover picture, etc., etc. Then we have a product called energy points. Now, how do you get energy points? What's the ways in order to acquire energy points? Well, we have 4 ways how you can acquire them. Number 1 is first by completing your registration, you receive an energy boost, and an energy boost will give you energy points. I'll get back later to it. Sorry, how many and what. But that's one way to acquire energy points. The second way to acquire energy points is you can always buy them, unlimited, how much you want. We'll discuss prices in the next slide. Whether another way to get energy points is by purchasing energy boosts. Now, energy boosts contain energy points, but energy boosts you can only buy a maximum up to 20 energy boosts a day. And the fourth form in order to acquire energy points could be by receiving them from your sponsor, the person who invited you to Vitae, the person who referred you to Vitae, through share power, which we will discuss later as well what this is all about. Now let's talk about energy points in detail. If you want to acquire energy points, every 2 energy points has a price of 1 credit cent, which means for 1 credit cent, you will always get 2 energy points. And it is always the same. If you multiply it, if you buy for 0.8 credits, which means 80 cents credit cents, you will get 160 energy points. If you buy for 0.60 credits energy points, you will get 120 energy points. What can you do with them? You can use them to, for example, like posts, purchase and unlock additional features, which 2021 will be a year that a lot of features will be added to our platform, and they are already in the making, and much more. Now, what is the difference between an energy boost and just buying energy points? I just said that for 60 credit cents, you will get 120 energy points. But if you buy an energy boost for 60 credit cents, an energy boost contains 150 energy points instead of just buying energy points for 0.60 and just get 120. So an energy boost is more beneficial because you have 30 more energy points into your account for the same price. Now, an energy boost is something as well that when you register, Vitae will also reward you with one energy boost. So this is another way to get it. You can either buy it or upon registration you will get one for free. Now, the bonus of an energy boost is the following. Every time when a person buys an energy boost, Vitae will go ahead and plant a unit in the garden of this person. Which means that Vitae will also plant a unit for every new registered member. And why is that? Because a new registered member, upon registration, gets an energy boost. So when you get an energy boost, a unit will also be planted through Vitae in your garden. I want to go back to one of the things that we discussed today as a problem, the solution, and what we saw in the list of the product as well. One of the things that is unique by us is the limiting the spread of fake news through a self-regulated community. Which means we are different in that, really completely different in that than other platforms where you just go and share posts, yeah, for free. By us, it's not going to be for free. Now, at one point, it sounds very bad, you know, but on the other hand, think about that. When sharing a post on your timeline will cost 0.1 or 10 credit cents, you'll think twice before you share it. And avoid small money, it's just 10 cents, correct? But it makes you think. It makes you think before I do so, is it really valuable, those 10 cents? Will it really add value to someone else's life? Or is it just going to be something that you want to have a platform where there's so much slander and intrusion into your timeline that you just literally get fed up of looking at that? Or do you really want to have a timeline when you see valuable stuff there? See what I mean? Well, I don't know what that noise is, but I think somebody has unmuted himself, although I don't know how. Never mind. So before a person shares something and he thinks about it, obviously it will get him to think always, does it add value to somebody else? And if it adds value, we will have a unique feature that fake news will not be spread that fast, where violence or rioting or all that kind of stuff will not be spread that fast. Yeah, every 10 credit cents that a person pays for sharing will also be divided in 5, which means in always 5 pieces of 2 credit cents. The owner, the creator of the post, is always the one to receive. Always. It doesn't matter how far this post is being shared and how many years later, it doesn't matter. As the owner of the post, he will always get per share, per time that is being shared, 0.02 credit cents. The 4 remaining 0.02 credit cents will be distributed as follows. So in this case, we have Linda. Linda is the member of Vitae. She invited Josh to Vitae. Josh invited Tina to Vitae, and Tina invited Martin to Vitae. And Martin referred Ernest to Vitae as a social media platform. Now Ernest decides to place a post. And Ernst's friend, Marie, she sees that post as a valuable post, so she decides, you know what, I would like to share it. And what happens at this minute she decides to share it, 0.1 credit cents are being deducted of her credits account. And as explained, the creator, Ernst, will always receive 2 cents. However, in this case, when it is close to the one who created the post, the remaining 4 times 2 credit cents are being divided by those who invited Ernst to the platform. Always the first person who directly referred him, and then the person who referred his inviter and sponsor, etc., etc. In this case, when it's close to the owner of the post, it will always be divided to those who invited the person to the platform. Hence, what I said earlier, when you're active on the platform, you help grow the community. When they post something valuable and somebody shared from them, you'll be rewarded. Now, okay, let's do different for a second. I don't know how. Give me a second. And we'll solve this. Anyhow, when Marie's friend Dimitri, and he's not specifically invited to Vitae through Marie, just so you understand, he's just a friend of Marie on her timeline. When he sees her post and says, you know what, I would like to share it as well. What happens is 10 cents will be deducted from his credit account. 2 cents will go to Marie because he shared it from her. Obviously 2 cents goes to Ernst as a creator of the post, and the rest 3 will be divided amongst those, like earlier, who invited Ernst to the platform, but Linda is out of play. Now Dimitri has a friend, Mark, as well, a person that he'd never referred to Vitae, but just a friend on the platform. He sees that as a valuable post, and he would like to add value to others and his friends on his timeline. He decides to share. 10 cents will be deducted of his account. 2 cents will go to Dimitri because he shared it from Dimitri, but because Dimitri shared it from Marie, the other 2 cents will go to Marie. Of course, Ernst is the one to get, as the owner of the post, 2 cents. The remaining twice 2 cents will go to Martin and Tina for inviting Ernst to Vitae. Now Taini shares it from Mark. Gustavo shares it from Taini. What happens at that time? He shared it from Taini. She deserves 2 cents. She shared it from Mark. He shared it from Dimitri. He shared it from Marie. Marie, not necessarily in this case, shared it from Ernst, but the owner of the post is Ernst. This is why he will always get the 2 cents. But those who invited Ernst to the platform are now, by that 5th level already down, out of play in order to earn from his shares post, for sharing of his posts. Now Barrett decides to share it from Gustavo. Mei Lin decides to share it from Barrett. What happens in this case is, when we see more than 5 people between the owner of the post and the person who decides to share the post, what happens is, first 2 cents will go to the person he shared it from. In this case, it's Barrett. Then she shared it from Gustavo. Gustavo shared it from Taini. Taini from Mark. But the 5th will always go again to the creator of the post, which means Dimitri and Marie, in this case, are also out of the game. Yeah? Now, this is called share power, the power of sharing. So every credit that is earned when a post is being shared is also divided in 2, which means 50% will go into the credits account, the usual account, the credits account. However, the other 50% will go into the share power account. Now, what is the share power account? The share power account can be used to donate energy boosts, which contains, again, 150 energy points, to only people you directly referred and invited to Vitae. Again, once you have accumulated 0.60 credit share power, 0.60 share power cents, right? Only, again, to those you invited personally. So which means if you invited 3 people to the platform, it's only those 3 people you can donate a share power energy boost. Yeah. However, giving is receiving. This person, as I just mentioned, receiving this energy boost will also receive 150 energy points. And because he has received an energy boost, what happens then? Vitae will also plant 1 unit in the garden for this direct referral. However, when you give, you always receive back. But this unit that will be planted in the garden of this direct referral, this unit is planted in the garden of the person who gave it to him. In this case, you as a person, you can always donate an energy boost from 0.60 share power to the person you directly referred. He will also get a unit in the garden, but this unit will be placed in your garden. He is the owner of the unit, but it is placed in your garden. When we get to explain what the garden is this is when we enter part 3. And part 3 is actually the opportunity that we discussed earlier. The person can, through their activities, earn with the Vitae social media platform. Now, the garden is a state-of-the-art algorithm that will calculate commissions that Vitae will pay out to members for their activities. Again, for their activities. How does it work? The units that enter the garden are always being placed from left to right, clockwise, in a balanced way, as you just see in the animation in front of you. Always. Okay? I will get back to it later when we explain again how this balance works. The garden, however, is very simple. Every unit is planted in the garden of their sponsor. Always of their sponsor. Every person follows their sponsor, the person who invited them, the person who referred them to Vitae. The payout occurs instantly when planted, which means on the left side picture, you have 5 levels deep. How this goes, you saw just now in the garden that it's always divided, every sunburst is divided in 5, and it goes deep down to 5 levels. It grows actually to 5 levels. Every level, when a unit is being planted, has a certain garden commission. In the first it is 12 credit cents, in the second and the third it is 4 credit cents, and in the fourth and the fifth level it is 9 credit cents. But when it is planted, immediately a payout will occur. How is it being filled? The garden is being filled by, for example, expanding your network. The more people you invite upon registration, they get an energy boost. When they get an energy boost, a unit will be planted for them in the garden, in their sponsor's garden. It can always be filled by sharing enough content on the platform where you have enough share power and you buy and donate an energy boost to the person you directly referred. When that happens, in the second there is a purchase of an energy boost, what happens again? Vitae plants a unit in the garden. So this is how the garden is being filled, through more and more and more activities. Again, there's no free lunch. It is always by being active. Now, a full garden, as explained before, is a 5 by 5, which means 5 level it grows to 5 levels in its depth and in its width as well, and it accumulates ultimately, after the garden has been filled, 344.10 credits in garden commission. Again, you do not need to wait until the garden is completely full in order to receive the 344.10 credits. Every time a unit is being planted, you immediately get a piece of the 344.10. Ultimately, when it has been filled, this is what you received up until now. Now, besides the garden commission that we see on the left picture, you also have sponsor commission, which means the first 4 levels sponsor commission is 1 credit cent, and the 5th level will be a 3 credit cent, which means every time a person you directly referred to Vitae has accumulated 344.10 credits as sponsor commission, as the person who referred them to the platform, you will be rewarded with 101.5 credits commission. Again, no need to wait until it's filled. Every time a unit is being filled, for example, in his 4th level, a unit is being filled, in his or her 4th level, they will receive 9 credit cents as guard commission. You, as a sponsor, will receive 1 credit cent commission, which means it totals up, after a garden is being filled, 5 by 5, a total of 101.5 credits in commission. Now, the purpose is another sunburst. You see here it's divided in 3 and not in 5. It goes deeper down as well. Is the state-of-the-art algorithm that will calculate commissions for Vitae will pay for members for their upgrade activities, which means every time a person that you have referred to Vitae makes an upgrade, or a person that they have referred to Vitae makes an upgrade, it will appear in your purpose sunburst. And it goes as well like the garden, yeah, from left to right, clockwise in a balanced way. So you see now here in front of you that the next row, for example, the first purpose placement will come into the first of each unit above it, and then it will go to second, and then it will go obviously to third in a balanced way, always looking from you. Again, it could happen that it is not exactly like you see here on this screen, because a person somewhere in your upline or somewhere before you has registered more people and they happen to land in your sunburst, which is a nice gift that you got from the person before you, which you can say thank you. Yeah. So it will always follow to the next one that is not filled yet in a balanced way. What is the purpose? Every time when a person upgrades, a commissioner will be paid out to the person who sponsored him, and the people above this as well, which means on the left side we have the picture. It goes down to 8 levels, which we will come back in the next slide to it. With all the levels, each of them has a different purpose commission payout. Level 1 we see 67, it goes down then to 15, then to 1, it grows back to 1.5, 175, etc. The purpose, again, is as well as much as in the garden. It occurs instantly a payout when an upgrade happens. So the second an upgrade happens, there's an instant payout. And it grows as well by expanding your network, and your network, when they expand their network, this is how it's being filled. A full purpose is a 3x8, meaning it will be divided, as you saw in the sunburst, by 3. And it goes down 8 levels steep. It grows to 8 levels steep. And a full purpose actually accumulates to get a 28,500 credits in total. You do not need to wait again to a full 3x8 purpose. However, every time when a upgrade occurs, you'll get a piece of the 28,500. Now, as well, as much as in the garden we saw there is a sponsor commission, if you look on the left side picture, you'll see as well, next to the purpose commission, there is a sponsor commission, which means, for example, you refer the person and she decided to refer another person, and this other person comes into her 6th level of her purpose, your direct person referral will receive 2 credits. However, you as a sponsor will receive 0.5 credits because it is on her 6th level. And every 28,500 accumulated credits that is earned in the purpose will accumulate in a total credits commission 8,109.75 to the sponsor. In addition to every upgrade, a person that upgrades will always receive 5 energy boosts, and including 750 energy points, which again, an energy boost is involved. Once an energy boost is involved, Vitae will also plant 5 units for those 5 energy boosts in the garden. Now, we discussed earlier that a 199.99 credits for an upgrade is a monthly payment. It's a monthly subscription. However, the commissions we just talked about are as well monthly. Why is that? Because every month, if you make a new subscription, a new commission payout is happening. And this is one of my most favorite features that we have in our system. It's called the RRS, the Residual Retention System, because this works for you. Instead, you should do it yourself every month again and again, which means the residual retention system will get activated after your first upgrade and will last for a lifetime. Now, the first 199.99 credits that will appear in your credits account will be reserved for your next monthly upgrade. What does that mean? It's not blocked or something. It is it is at some point blocked, but it is there to reserve you for the next monthly upgrade. When that happens, the RS automatically upgrades your account, Yeah, and it happens always after your account, your upgrade of this month has been expired. When I say month, don't not take it as a monthly calendar month, but as 30 days of upgrade. As per the RRS activation, what happens then? It gets activated, it upgrades you automatically again the next month. The respective commissions are being paid out instantly again. Because it's a new upgrade, there's new commissions. So basically, if you figure it out a bit, once you have an established team of people who have bought energy boosts and shared content and made upgrades, yeah, these upgraded people, when they make the next upgrade, you have those people already paying you these commissions again and again and again every month, as long again as the RRS is active. But what happens, yeah, if there are not enough credits? First of all, we got to know that the RRS is eternal and it cannot be deactivated, which means it will keep you in the system forever. What happens if there are not enough credits to activate the RRS? What happens is very simple. The upgrade will expire. What happens when the upgrade expires? There is no purpose commission for an expired upgraded member. Yeah. However, sponsor commission, a person that you referred, if they are active and they earn, you will receive sponsor commission upon their activities as upgraded members. Let alone the garden. The garden doesn't matter if you're upgraded or not upgraded. The garden commissions and the sponsor commissions in the garden are always staying active. However, once there are enough credits again in the balance, the RRS will execute the upgrade and enable the purpose commissions again. Part 4. We keep talking about credits with somehow of a dollar value. However, you don't send dollar, nor euros, nor yen, nor any other form of fiat, whether it's rupee or pounds, to our platform. What we do is we use the Vitae token. Vitae token is a utility hybrid with a purpose, which means it is designed, there's a purpose to this token, and there is a utility to this token, which means everything that happens in this platform comes in the form of tokens, is being exchanged to credits. And when credits are being earned, it is being exchanged again to tokens, where you can get them in the open market at exchanges. The good news is about the Vitae token is that it is an open source cryptocurrency. It is driven by the community. You do not need to trust the entity here or whatever in order to make a transaction. We are not a bank, which means it's a trustless transactions. You possess yourself these tokens. These tokens, yeah, they are very fast transactions, which means every 45 seconds there's a block being created in our blockchain, which processes those transactions. So when you think about in terms of bank transactions, it will take you more than 45 seconds. It will take you more than a few minutes as well. It is worldwide with very low transaction cost, and it is decentralized. When I say decentralized, I want you to notice we as a company, we never did an ICO with a Vitae token. And all the pre-mined tokens, as we are a proof of stake, we had to pre-mine in a proof of work, are fundamentally burned within the blockchain, which means we are not here to manipulate the tokens like we saw in other projects before. In the year 2017, it was quite popular with ICOs. Sorry, that's just a cough. So, and I'm negative tested. So, when I started today, I said it doesn't matter how many times you heard this presentation. The more you hear it, the more you'll understand it. But this will take you to the most important part, which is Vitae's vision. So I want to take you to the journey of Vitae, the vision. Yeah. I really want you to focus, maybe close your eyes, maybe think about it very deeply. Do not distract yourself now from your cell phone or whatever fly or butterfly is flying now around your living room. I want you really to focus on the next and the following couple of slides. We, Vitae, believe to have the chance and the best opportunity of our lifetime to make a real great chance and change, in social media as a whole. Meaning, we want to be a social media platform for the people. That's number one. We want to be a social media platform for people who seek their right to freedom of speech, who seek privacy of their data, and they want to be customers of our social media platform rather than products being sold to advertisers. We want to be a social media platform where the people get to earn on their valuable content and be rewarded for their activities. A platform where the people are being respected rather than being censored, silenced, and or manipulated. However, to achieve this, we need you. We need you. Yes, you. We need you to join our journey and spread this word, this story, this presentation, this idea, this very vision to every single person you know. I don't ask you to decide if they will think, no, it's not for me. Don't take decisions for others. Don't prejudge anyone. We need you to really spread the word to every single person you know, now more than ever. And although you might think, maybe, what can I do? What can I add? Who am I? No. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself that you can make a difference. One voice, another person hears about it. Every single one matters. Believe that what you add to this cause really, 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 really matters. Now I want to come back to 3 questions that I asked you earlier, and you have attached a certain answer and number to your mind there. What would the world look like when this vision is accomplished? How do you think the world would look like? How do you think the world looks like today? What do you see today? And what would the world look like when this vision is accomplished and this is how we operate on social media? What if you personally decided to make that very difference? And when I asked you earlier in the first 3 questions, the first question was, how many people do you think will join the social media platform? Whether the second question was, how many people do you think will do so because you decided to share it with them? Attached to this question is my 3rd question, is how would you feel when you know that because of your dedication to this great cause and this holy, holy mission, when you decided to share it with them at that time, that you made that difference in the world to make it a better place, a greater place, and grow together global prosperity? I really want you to think a lot about it tonight. And this is my call to you today. My call to you today is to join us, to join this journey. Help us make social media a platform for the people and not being a platform that uses people as products. Help us to make it a social media platform for the people, because we are Vitae.
Dạ.
I really, really hope today you learned much more than the previous one, and I'll try to get better and better next time as well. However, today is a big day. Today is the 19th of January 2021, the first day that we decided to honor a day before our great incentive. As I said earlier, I checked earlier before we started our call. I am proud to have a few already that completed today their incentive. Yeah. And I look forward to many, many, many more, because there is a reason. And the reason is a big celebration. And you know, sometimes when a company goes into downtime, it's a bad signal. It's a bad sign. By us, we know that this downtime from January 27 to the 1st of February, until the 1st of February, which means up and 31st of January, is for a good reason. Because this is the day where our social media platform is being reborn, and we have a complete new version. And I don't see all the testers now in front of my screen. I see some of them. Yeah, they have had the chance to help us testing, debugging, and give us feedback to the new platform that will be released next week. Yeah, next week. What is it? What are we to the 90? Yeah, 1.5 weeks. Sorry. Yeah. Ask them about what they think about the user friendliness, the colors, the look, the layout, the functions. It's a complete game changer. There's nothing you should expect from it close to what you have now. Nothing, literally. It is not at all the same. However, that might scare you a bit, which means, but on these days of downtime, we'll try to get you online and show you some preview how certain stuff works. So when you get back online on February 1st, you'll be able to find your place home. Either way, it is so easy and so understandable that it wouldn't take you more than 5 to 6 minutes to find yourself home and know where all the buttons and all the functions are. Having that said, there's a very important message that I got from IT to deliver to you guys today, is we will have in these downtime days, the days to migrate all the data from the current platform to the new platform. What does that mean? The coins that you have on your addresses, the credits you have on your accounts, the credits you have on your SharePower accounts, the friends you have on your account, the posts, your history, everything that you had need to migrate to the new platform. There's one thing that we cannot migrate, and it is to secure your privacy, and that's your passwords. Every password, we cannot have a view to what your password is. It is encrypted. And because it is encrypted, we cannot migrate that. What needs to happen is when you will, on the 1st of February, log on to your Vitae account, you'll be asked to put the forgot password button and receive through your email the process of how you log in with your new password. Yeah? Now, some people have been creative in our beta phase because, a beta phase has a lot of hiccups, and there was a time where you could use, for example, one email to multiple accounts. There was a time where people, even so recently people were creative enough to understand that a social media account is not something you do yourself. You ask someone to do it for you. I know it sounds weird, but we have that. Yeah? It's interesting, when you make your Telegram account, you don't ask somebody to do it for you, you do it yourself. When you do your LinkedIn account, your WhatsApp account, your Signal account, your Facebook account, your Instagram account, your Twitter account, etc., even your Parler account, you do it yourself. People who do not possess or do not have access to their email account, I'm sorry to tell you, you won't be able to enjoy our new platform. You need to make sure you have access to your email account in order to be able to press the forgot password button to reclaim your access to the new platform. I know that the majority of you don't have a problem with that. If you do know in your team, in your downline, in your upline, in your crossline, or whatever, wherever, let them know about that. After February 1st, we cannot do anything about it. Okay? So if people have been creative in a weird way, have them change this culture very, very fast. Having saying that, we at least got to start changing our culture as well in our teams. Understanding that we are not here building I have no idea what it is. We're building here a platform, a social media platform, where you engage and connect and communicate with people. It's very simple. You possess your own details. Do not give your details to any other person. Support will also never ask you for your password. Do not give it to them. Okay? It's not that we have a code that others pretend to be like support, but I'm just saying we have people sending to support their passwords. We ask them to stop. Don't do that. There's no reason to do that. Okay? We don't want that. It is encrypted with us. This is hence the reason why we cannot migrate this data to the new platform. So I'm urging every one of you, even if you're not the case, check around in your team to make sure that people have access to their email account. It is very important. I think with this message we saved a lot of support tickets to the company, and those are really, really important, and not, I didn't know, yeah, but it was mentioned in Telegram, it was mentioned in WhatsApp groups, it was sent all over the network, and it was said here now the second time on this Zoom calls, and I'll be back here on Thursday evening as well at the same time, yeah, not with the same link. However, I'm asking you to forward this message. We'll keep repeating that. I'm asking you to forward this message. It is very, very important because there's always people who are always too late. We want to avoid that this time. Taking action, taking charge, and do it ourselves. Okay? I would like to wish you a lot of success for the next few days of our great incentive. I'll repeat again for those who missed out their email. And if they missed, go check your spam box, go check your email. It is a very good email, a very nice email. A lot of achievements to make in 2021, a lot of surprises to come, and even public launch this year. And why am I saying that? For one simple reason, to avoid the next question of when is public launch? The only answer is so far that I can give you is 2021. When in 2021? It could happen up until 31st of December, 2300 hours and 59 minutes and some seconds spare. So I didn't say it's going to happen then, I don't say when, but it's going to happen 2021. I want you to give us the trust and the understanding that we're building a platform to have the full sustainability to go to public launch, both in the IT department, the network department, the legal and compliance department, the finance department, etc., etc., etc. Understand, we're not building it just a website for people to come and log in and check something out. We're building a real, serious social media platform that provides solutions to the current problems we deal with. Okay? Give us the time. Believe me, whenever in 2021 we make a public launch, there's no other company that has made it so fast from the day one that we started writing it on paper, this idea, to a public launch, because it's not going to take, it could maximally take 3.5 years, and no company's ever been done that. We're already 2.5 years in this journey since it became on paper, this idea. It can maximum take less than a year because we're towards the end of January. For those who make a mistake that think that the 1st of February is going to be public launch, no, we're still in beta, which means upgrading is required as well, and focusing on the essence of what quality, what culture we have in our teams is very, very, very much of the essence. What I mean by culture is as well, I want to give you an idea. Imagine of a person that does a lot of good in the community, really a lot of good in your community, in your neighborhood. But suddenly he decides that, I'm paying here everything, I'm doing all the charity, I'm doing all the good. The park in the area, that's mine. Nobody's allowed to enter it. It's mine. I claim it to myself because ultimately, because of me, every person in the community has bread on the table, has food and drinks, has a normal life, is bills being paid. This park is mine. I'm going to ask you to ask yourself, because today you're all muted, you're not here able to answer, but I want you to answer it for yourself. Will this person have a hard time, or will it just be very acceptable and normal that you can claim it to yourself because you feel like it? Obviously, the entire community will expel this person, and they will give him a very, very hard time. And why is that? Because there are certain barriers that you don't cross in life. You don't do that. We need to create a culture of people who are not here welcome. When they think our platform is a lottery system, that our platform is something to abuse, to register accounts under the same email addresses, or I will take money from you, you send me money, and I will do some accounts for you, and I will settle your account. No, this is not an investment platform. It's not a lottery system. We as a community need to expel and give those people a hard time. They're not welcome here. The system is not created here to try to abuse it. The system is created to solve issues that we're currently facing in this world. We are here to build a platform to solve the issues that we are currently facing. We want to have a better world, a better place, a place where we can all connect, a place where we can all communicate in positivity, in good atmosphere, in good environment, and with an entire good friendship relationship and a good entourage all together. This is what we want to build. Yeah, and we will focus a lot as well on culture. building, belonging, being part of this amazing journey, being part of Pioneer Stage, being part of beta phase testers, understand that after the year 2021, whenever it is 2022 or 2030 or 2040, you guys will always be able to tell the people, I was there when before public launched. I was there when it wasn't beta phases. When I remember still the old platform that they were trying to build upon before we saw the current platform that we have, before all these features came upon online. All this stuff, this is the story that you'll be able to tell. I want you to think about part 5 that we discussed today in our presentation. Think about the long-term big picture. How would the world look like when this vision is achieved? How would you look like? What will your situation be? What will your story be? I'm asking you to aim higher, to think big, to really think bigger of yourself, to imagine yourself and crystal clear your picture yourself, how you are the best version of yourself, a bold you, a nicer you, a greater, better you. Think about it. Think about when you are, surrounded, hopefully very soon, with people without social distance, to be able to tell them a story. I'll tell you how it all started. I was there when it started. I was there when it was in the making. I was there when we had hiccups. I was there when we doubted, when we had challenges, when we faced obstacles. Imagine that story when people look up to you. What? You were really there from the beginning? In terms of helping you think about it, imagine you find today a person who tells you, I was from the first 100,000 members in Facebook. You're like, okay, tell me about it. How did it look like then? What was then Facebook? You know what the difference is between you and this person? His story is never telling you, you know what? I have a better financial time today. I have better content in my life today. I have better friends today. The value that I see, he doesn't have this story. Because I was a part of the 100,000 first members of Facebook, we changed poverty in the world. This is not his story, but this can be yours. I want you to take this message today with you. This could be your story. I was there when this platform was being built in order to change our world for a better place. Killing poverty, growing global prosperity in real big scale. I want you to have this story. This is going to be your story. I want you to hang on, join us, stay with us, believe in us, because we believe in you. And why is that? Because we are Vitae, and Vitae is life. We support it, we respect it, we want it, we will fight together for life, and we will win together for life and for Vitae. Have all a great night, a great journey, lots of success with your incentive, and I'll see you Thursday evening again while we're doing this incentive, updating you how many people already have completed their incentive. Good night, guys. All my love. Goodbye.